Hidden Object Guru here with hot, very old game, Dead to Rights Reckoning. I don't know if you're familiar with this. Oh, wait. It's the PSP version of Dead to Rights that was, as I understand it, built from existing assets from Dead to Rights 2. You can tell, because Jack Slade and Shadow look exactly like they do in Dead to Rights 2. I've only played this game so far in Brazilian, so Portuguese, meaning I have to find out now what it's about. So starting the game at the beer barn, I guess. That's where I did when I played the other thing. Normal. Can I set it to easy?
Is beer barn normal?
I don't know.
That's
It's
weird.
not clear how to set difficulty. Detective Jack
does
Slade.
Ryan know how to redeem?
Don't worry, I already told him.
Oh, okay.
Last couple of days have been busy. I received an anonymous message. The girl will die unless you come to the Pink Starfish before sunrise. Alone. Alone. Well, it was just me and my shadow.
Whoa.
Get it?
That was loud.
His shadow?
I got that.
It really wasn't that loud. You should get something for your head.
I did already.
Okay.
Like which one is your mic?
There wasn't much time. So as you can see, we are moving Jack. We are diving over things. We are shooting other things. Now people have arrived. And it's time to pull one of these bits of nonsense on him. As you can see, he's still using the original game's kills, which are a little disappointing.
Loud game.
Darn right it is. I'll turn it down, peeps.
Alf? I
All
watched
right.
all of Alf. I had an Alf doll.
Boom.
I loved Alf. Alf was my life.
Alf is the best.
Did you have an Alf doll?
Probably. I mean,
I
it'd be
actually
weird
have
if I
an
did.
Alf Christmas ornament somewhere.
Nice.
He's actually kind of he's furry, and his hands grip on the Christmas tree.
Blammo. So, I'd like you to notice that the shooting works a hell of a lot better. The guns are appropriately deadly. And are you ready for this? Watch this. Boom. None of that running up nonsense. You push the shadow button, Shadow takes him down instantly. Also, killing dudes refills your stamina meter. So every complaint I had about Dead to Rights 2, yes, Gordon Shumway is the best. Every complaint, and I've only played the first 5 minutes of this game in the Brazilian version. So this is all new to me, but I played all of this stuff up until, actually right here. But like, just in the 2-3 minutes I spent with the game last night, I was blown away at by how many of my complaints with the previous game have been repaired by this one already. Like, it's weird. It's almost as if the people at Rebellion were as ticked off at Dead to Rights 2 as I was, and decided to the extent they had the ability to, fix it. Also, now there's a combo meter for killing dudes, which is kind of strange. And as you see, I believe Shadow refills. It is.
That's true, Marissa. I feel kind of horrible now because I was like,
You never noticed that before?
no, I was like, Gordon something.
Oh, you didn't remember his
And
name.
literally, the Shumway was coming in as you said it, and then I looked at the screen and I was like, oh, goddamn.
Oh,
I struggled so hard to remember Alf's name.
yeah. No, Jack is still ugly as sin in this version of Dead to Rights, but the rest of it is delightful.
Did they base his face in the first game off of like a specific actor?
Nope.
Could it be a like
Nope, not based on a specific actor. Doesn't look like the voice actor, doesn't look like anybody special. That was the second second face they went with. But we already talked about that.
I was just thinking about like how some actors retain like their
Likeness rights, I know. But
likeness rights and even like
This
final
is-
say so.
if it had been built after an actor, they would have made that part of the marketing. And this is 2005, before making faces after actors was a thing in video games. It did happen, but it didn't happen, like, with their permission.
Oh, have a good night, David.
Good night, David. For example, in Dead to Rights, oh my god, in Resident Evil Code Veronica... Hi.
I'm having bad allergies.
I noticed that. I do want to save my progress, thank you. In Code Veronica, Steve was explicitly designed to look like Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie Titanic, but they sure as heck-fi didn't advertise that. So have I already forgotten it, or was there no Confederate flag in the evil bar in Dead to Rights 2? I guess I'll have to go back and check later on.
I think you commented that there wasn't.
Well, okay. Because this one was not shy about putting up that Confederate flag. Oh, that's right. He broke that guy's arm and then shot him in the back of the head. Jack Slate not screwing around.
I don't know if Alex is Marissa's older brother. Marissa, how do you feel about cats? Oh, wait. I know how she feels about cats.
Oh.
Okay, it is plausible.
100%. Okay, anybody else? No. Alright. Yeah, and what's nice is you don't have to, like, spin the... there's no second stick for a camera, right? On the PSP. So, they just... whenever you tap the button, as long as there's a guy within sight who could theoretically be aimed at, you automatically switch over to aiming at that guy. Now, you lose the ability to tap left or right on a thumbstick to re-aim. It's still pretty good. Pupper! Oh my god, that pupper's so good at murdering people. I love him so much. So it's like, okay. Boom. Sorry I got distracted, I was very excited. Hey, I got the Magnum! The Magnum in Dead to Rights is not a very good
Hey,
gun.
Pedro!
Oh.
I didn't say that. I mean, siblings can have entirely different
Where's the auto
tastes in
shotgun?
food, but I'm just saying
Ooh.
she doesn't care for cats, so that might be a slight hint.
Exactly. Dang, these guys are tough. I mean, not tough as Slate, but who is? I mean, Jack Slate is, but you know. Oh, check it out. This is one hell of a save system in the emulator. You just tap the left trigger and it brings you into the save state. And watch this. Hold down the right trigger. The game speeds up. Is it though? You want to go lie down in the other room?
I'm probably going to...
Please go lie down in the other room. She's calling it a night. Everyone say goodnight to the Lady Guru. She's had it.
Yeah, my brain's starting to hurt.
So what's interesting here is, now you'll notice I'm shooting the same guy over and over again, but and that was one of my complaints for the last Dead to Rights game, obviously. Dead to Rights 2 and its endlessly reused enemies, but the difference is, this is a, I mean, I don't know I have a loud voice, but it's not that loud.
Your voice? No.
There's a little joke about how sensitive your headache. No? Okay. No jokes, people. So as I was saying, but in a PSP game, you don't expect, you know, huge numbers of enemy types.
I think the cigarette smoking like that food.
I will remember that. As I continue to never smoke ever. Yeah, I feel like, and this is not a complaint per se, just an observation. I did get a perfect. Thank you for saying that. I don't know what that means or how to make it happen again. But it's very cool that I got it. I feel like the 45 is almost too powerful. And I want to stress that's not a complaint. I'm very happy about it. It is weird. Oh, I shot them as they were coming through the door. Sorry, guys. You shouldn't have messed with Jack Slate. That's good to know, Marissa. And you didn't even, Oh my god, you can knock guys over with your dive? and then execute them on the ground? That's fantastic. Could you knock guys over with your dive in the previous game? We're going to have to try that when we get back to Dead to Rights 2. That's right, I was so fed up with Dead to Rights 2 that we've taken a break from playing it on stream and moved on to playing a better Dead to Rights game. That's how strong my feelings about Dead to Rights 2 are. Where are we supposed to be going? Oh, there's a door up there that is highlighted in green. I did not see that originally. So there should be stairs leading up to that door, right? Kind of in love with this outdoor hot tub. This outdoor wooden hot tub. Or spa, if you prefer. I don't, but some people might. I'm legit not... Okay, I guess the stairs are back in the other room. Okay. He doesn't have the name, though, Marissa.
Yeah, I might jump into the comment thing if I don't immediately fall asleep in my brain.
She might immediately fall asleep, everybody.
I'm going into a room where,
Oh, because I need to record the footage for it anyway, Brian. And it's nice to have complete videos up there. Go to the Grove. Back in Grant City. Someone was playing games with me. And I didn't like it a bit. I mean, he didn't say that part, but that was subtext. They had to learn. You don't play games with one Jack Q. Slater. That is not his name. Sorry, buddy. Your pleasure cruise ends here, Isaac. That didn't actually make sense as a threat. Shotgun is weirdly useless. Like, even at close range, it does almost no damage. I should not have to shoot people twice with a shotgun at point-blank range. Like Jack's shoes? Okay. So here's what I've liked so far about this game, and that may change, is there have been no fistfights. And if that keeps up, and there remains, like, no fistfights for the rest of the game, this is in the running to be the best Dead to Rights game. I'm kidding, Dead to Rights is the best Dead to Rights game, but... No! I pressed load instead of save. I'm bad at life. Well, hostage wasn't long gone. You don't know how long ago that hostage left. Sorry, everybody. That was really embarrassing. Thank you. Don't worry, Shadow. I'll wait until you've recovered before I ask you to kill anybody else. 30-second cooldown is killing me when all I want is to see Shadow kill people over and over again. There we go. It's possible that slow-mo shotgun, slow-mo bullets do more damage. X-Files Resist or Serve? I started it once, but didn't continue it because it was very awkward. I do own a copy of it, so I may get back to it if people tell me they want to see it, but it's not a priority. It's an X-Files game in the style of Resident Evil or possibly Silent Hill. Gonna remember to save this time, depending on which you want to compare it to, and it's about a small town that gets infected by that black oil zombie mutagen thing. And, well, you can imagine what happens to me. Look, he got knocked down by me doing the dive into him. What a cool feature. Alright, let's do it. It was going to be a long day. Oh, nice. We unlocked a multiplayer level, everybody. We're never going to play this in multiplayer. Oh, you've beaten the game, Horror King? Is it worth playing? If I may ask. Alright, what's next? The Grove. The most notorious biker watering hole in the city. Mubai. The biker gang's leader is named Mubai? I shouldn't laugh, but that's a crazy name. Is this literally the same location from Dead to Rights 2? I feel like it might be. Because that was, like, it wasn't the exact same. I mean, I remember there being an alley over here, so is this like the exact same location except without the van that Jack crashed into the place? Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know. We can always load it up sometime. Okay, let's save. But I think this is either the same... God, I love the way he kicks it through every door. Also, I like that there's over-adrenaline. If you killing people at full adrenaline, your adrenaline just keeps going up past full. And then, of course, it drains if you don't use it, but that's a nice feature. Oh, and check it out. Check this out. I got a copy of 50 Cent Bulletproof for the PSP. I had thought it was an Xbox exclusive, and it is. But because Xbox doesn't have a portable system to go along with it, as is referenced time and again in the lack of little sisters for Vert in the Neptunia games, apparently the agreement with Microsoft was it has to be exclusive for home systems, but you can make a portable version of it anywhere, and as a consequence, there's a PSP version of the Dead to Rights follow-up, Pancor Jackhammer, yes please, for the PSP that we're going to check out after we've checked out 50 Cent Bulletproof. I know what my priority is. Best part about this game so far, does not have the insane do a dive roll to climb up obstacles. That alone makes this a fantastic video. Oh right, I should be using my popper. Where is this guy? Why can't I target him? Seriously, someone is shooting at me and I can't target him. Did he run behind? Oh, he ran behind this wall. You just have to play it on an emulator, Horror King. Then you can stream it no trouble. Well, if you ask me to play it, it's a suggestion, and if you just want to publicize that you're going to be playing it yourself, it's not a suggestion. That's how it works. So decide what you're doing, Horror King, and we can figure out if it's a suggestion or not. I should do more counters. Sorry, not counters. Disarms. Oh no! It's Mubai! Which is a very weird name. Okay, if that had killed him, this would be the funniest game ever. It didn't, but how funny would it be if that single tackle by Shadow had killed Mubai? Also, why is he named Mubai? I mean, is it as, cringe-inducing as the guy named Houston, so that Jack could say, Houston, we have a problem? No. But what could be? Mental note. Must try to interview Chad Stahelski about what it was like being Jack Slate for motion capture and doing all of these awesome counter kills. More importantly, did his experience being Jack Slate and doing all of this gun fu jive inspire the movie John Wick? Because my belief is that obviously 100% it did. Ugh, unabridged. You deserve to have suffering. Oh! Heaped upon you for that one. Oh no, I can punch. Oh, that's bad. We might be forced to do punching and kicking later, everybody. I'm not excited about it either, but it might happen. This dude loves to flee. There's one thing that's true about this dude. Wait a minute. Oh, I tried to do a finishing move on him and it didn't work. Popper! I thought he ran off, but apparently he didn't. That was weird, right? He ran off, but then he didn't run off, and I tried to do a disarm and it didn't work. And Mubai wasn't a dancer. Aww. Kino, the Triad boss. Seems that even Mubai answered to someone. Shadow wouldn't lose his trail. I'm loving this game. Especially because it's not taking for GD ever the way a certain Dead to Rights 2 did. Yes, the dog did just roll on him. But yeah, I'm just saying, there's no way that the, like... I would say that 50% of the jive that, obviously less so the machine guns and the fancy shotgun stuff, but I would say 50 to 80% of the jive nonsense that Jack Slate does when he disarms someone with a pistol and then executes them was straight up, like, recycled into John Wick movies, John Wick moves in the movie John Wick. Or John Wick 2, or John Wick 3. Like, I have completely randomly discovered the secret origin of John Wick's gun fu, and it's the fact that Chad Stahelski was the one who did the motion capture for Jack Slate in the video game Dead to Rights. So, as I take pistols and submachine guns off these guys, I want you to watch what Jack Slate does, and tell me if any of it would seem out of place if John Wick was doing it. That one was actually, I'd say that one was a bit much, but like John Wick 100% did that when he was fighting dudes in the mirror room, in that ridiculous mirror room sequence in John Wick 2. So we all do, but there you go. Always use Shadow as much as possible. Oh, whoops. I was aiming at the wrong guy. I knocked them both over with a single dive! Okay, well, the game's controls have gone a little khaki-wampus, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, 100% this is all John Wick nonsense. Look at that! And then he uses the gun he just killed the guy with. Again, this is... If you saw John Wick doing this, you'd be like, yeah, that is 100% the kind of thing John Wick would do. It wouldn't look out of place at all, and I would say 50% of the moves I've actually seen John Wick do in a movie, so 100% his inspiration, like, and I don't know if Chad choreographed those scenes or not. He might have choreographed a bunch of those kills. But I'm just saying, he recycled the work he did on the game Dead to Rights for the movie John Wick. We are getting to the point where this is just not arguable. Also, 100% we have seen this level in the game Dead to Rights 2. Like, this is a reused area. Which the whole game is, so that's not really a surprise, but, you know, it's worth mentioning. Mom Pupper! I want you to be back in action. You do need to watch the John Wick movies, Brian. Although, I just want to give you a heads up. After the first one, they transform completely tonally. Like, the first one is kind of set in the real world, and the rest of them are, you know, like, set in the crime movie version of Narnia, is the best way to describe it. You know, like, it's just ludicrous. Everything after the first one is completely insane. They're still fun, but they do not feel like they're taking place in the real world at all. Isn't it weird that between me having read The Brotherhood of the Rose and now finding out about the there we go. Oh, there it is. Me having read The Brotherhood of the Rose and now finding out about the Dead to Rights connection, I personally have, like, found the two things that led to the creation of John Wick. Sorry, it's kind of strange, actually. Keanu is the best. Really? Unabridged. From what game? Oh, from... Okay. Boom. It's going to be very difficult to get an interview with Chad Stahelski. He's making the Ghost of Tsushima movie, which Japanese people are already a little pissed about. Not many of them, of course. Just the ones who care about Japanese history and do not like seeing, you know, complete nonsense like Ghost of Tsushima presented as if it was Japanese history. Nice. Oh, yes. Isn't it insane that you can't pet the dog in this game? Like, if someone were to say, hey, Hidden Object Guru, you get to make a new Dead to Rights game, which, by the way, is all I want out of life, really, is to be the person who gets to make a new Dead to Rights game. Because, okay, full admission here, I've never told anyone of this. I've also already basically written an entire second, you know, sequel to Dead to Rights. It's not important why I did that. I just did it as a fun activity, all for myself, never intending to show anyone, but I did in fact do it. I'm not a smart person or a person who values his time, is what I'm getting at here. But it's like, if there was one feature I desperately want to put in the next Dead to Rights game, it's patting Shadow on the head for being such a good boy after he, you know, tears the throats out of your opposition. Well, obviously Chris Bruno would be back in my dream version of Dead to Rights 2. Which is, you know, actually a sequel. Because, Jesus, you know, doing that sequel follow-up, oh boy. I would say that counts as dark sci-fi. I think all of the X-Files counts as dark sci-fi. Okay, there was nothing up here. I completely misunderstood which direction I was supposed to go in. I guess I was supposed to go back the way I came. Like the actual Dead to Rights, this game is not fantastic at flagging where you're supposed to go or what you're supposed to do. I mean, we're getting there, that's what counts, but it is weird that it's proving so annoying. Boom! Okay. Yeah, it's... See, the fun part of my truly questionable sequel to Dead to Rights is, you know, it does follow up with Jack Slate being a famous murderer, because it's not like he was acquitted of anything at the last game. He literally murdered the mayor of a city and then murdered the chief of police. Oh, well, he handed off the evidence that they were corrupt to a reporter. Great. He's still a cop killer. No court in the world is going to give him a pass for that. So he's on the run, and, you know, things escalate from there. It would be fantastic. Also, lots of Shadow. Boom. Also, it's every bit as anti-cop as the original Dead to Rights was, which I really, you know, thought was important. God, this... I love how zippy this game is. I mean, I'm a little sad when it turns out only to be 80 minutes long, but, like, when you think of how much of your time Dead to Rights 2 wastes with these endless repetitive levels, like, the fact that we're going location to location to location, it's kind of magnificent. There was no time to park the car. Oh, they actually did the ramming a car into something from Dead to Rights. Is this the ice rink level? Strip club level? Like, what are we doing now? Well, I think it would be dangerous move pardoning Jack, because you gotta remember, like, he killed a mayor. So if you were to pardon Jack, I think word would get around that maybe your life was threatened because he was gonna kill you if he didn't give you if you didn't give him the pardon. Okay. Oh, Jack Slate. Dear game developers, you can have a new Dead to Rights written by me, the writer of hit film Come True. And all I would ask in return is a lot of money. Huh? Should I have shot the car instead? Yes, probably. Oh, I thought my pupper was charged up. There we go. He has the cutest dog. But yes, the thing that I would most like to bring back to Dead to Rights, the Dead to Rights 2 completely didn't understand the importance of, is unbelievably colorful enemies. Like enemies who are ridiculously over the top. Sometimes that's a terrible Christopher Walken impression. Sometimes it's an incredibly racist depiction of a Middle Eastern prince, you know? There's all number of crazy things you want to see out of a Dead to Rights game, and my Dead to Rights 2 would have had all of it. Probably would have, you know, backed away from the racism of the first game. You know, I would say that the racism of the first game was not hateful. I think Jack was just naive and too accepting of stereotypes he had been taught as an American police officer. Come True is getting great reviews. Everybody should watch it. I have not seen a bad review of Come True, so I'm very happy about that. Wait, did I just kick open a door on the other side of a wall? I just kicked open a door on the other side of a wall. What is happening? Boom. Dude, you were facing the wrong way. Oh no! I ran out of bullets! Ow. There we go. Ah, don't worry about it, Marissa. I have to, like, I'd be a bad creative person if I didn't constantly remind people to watch my stuff, but I don't, like, count on people to listen, don't worry. Well, of course it would be campy. It's Dead to Rights. I wouldn't try to do a dead serious Dead to Rights, although that being said, obviously everything Jack does and says, he has to be 100% dead serious in it. Jack himself is a guy who, while he's not humorless, he's actually pretty close to humorless. He does a quip every now and then after he kills people, but generally, Jack is a serious guy who wants to make sure justice gets done. He has no, like, he has no suspicion in his heart. That's why every villain surprises him every time in that game. Because he never sees anything coming. Because he's, you know, such a, innocent naive. Okay, I took way too much damage there. That's on me. It was very dumb of me. I was trying to find out what a shotgun disarm looked like, and, the guy hit me 4 times with a shotgun. Exactly. Because he's completely serious in this ultra campy world, so he comes across as a completely earnest dork. Thanks, Marissa. I hope you enjoy it. Butcher's is also available, although it is, very bloody. It is the ice rink level. I knew it. I knew I recognized that opening. Sure. Let's save my progress. Must contact PR person at Rebellion to find out if she can tell me if anyone is still working at Rebellion who worked on Dead to Rights. The Triad Lair. Hino was my only lead to the hostage. There would be no escape for him this time. God, he's so much uglier now! But, what did you notice? That's right. He doesn't have the scar in his head. So, they actually cared enough to understand that he gets the scar after the plot of Dead to Rights, or during the plot of Dead to Rights 2, after the plot of Dead to Rights, during the plot of Dead to Rights, after the plot of Dead to Rights 2. Thank you, Marissa. Marissa's pitch, more stories where people get their fingers cut off. Okay, well, I'm not hitting anything from that angle. So, yeah, that worked a little better. What? I tried to do a takedown and it didn't work. Ah! So you disarm. See, I'm trying to do a disarm and I'm not close enough. I feel like the range on the disarm should be a little further away. Okay. Boom! Kablamo! Yeah, because I would guess that, you know, the John Wick script didn't have all of the gun fu in it. And that was probably the two directors' contribution to that world, was the ridiculous gun fu, because they were both stuntmen and stunt coordinators. I mean, for the love of God, Chad was famously Keanu Reeves' stuntman for the Matrix movies. That's how they know each other, and he was able to get him to star in his directorial debut. Fun fact, that's the second time Keanu Reeves did that. He also starred in the fight choreographer of The Matrix's debut film, Man of Tai Chi, which, by the way, is fantastic, and everyone should see it. If you haven't seen Man of Tai Chi, you owe it to yourself to see Man of Tai Chi. Boom. Literally finger guns. Oh my god, you people. What was the game where one of your alternate weapons, unlockable comedy weapons, was finger guns? I'm trying to remember. I really thought there would be health in here, and I'm going to be very ticked if I was wrong. Well, armor is almost as good as health. Since they can't do health damage until they get through the armor, I guess it's fine. Aha! Well, obviously. If you were doing Dead to Rights 2, a real Dead to Rights 2, you would want as much of the original team back as possible. I would want to write it and, you know, creative direct it myself for obvious reasons. Those reasons being, I don't know if I trust Andre Emerson to do a good job. But, oh my god, he's got 2 shotguns. That's a really good question. Oh, damn, horror king. See, you just barked to say you were ready to attack, and then you didn't attack when I said attack, Shadow. I mean, you're not as awkward as the Shadow in, there we go. Dead to Rights 2, don't get me wrong, but you have some issues with control. Okay? So you would approach him, boom! And you shoot him while you're approaching him to keep him from shooting you. Then when you get close, you give him one of those. Agent 47 or John Wick? I wasn't looking closely enough. That's tough. Probably Agent 47, I would say. That's right, it was Dead Space. Thank you. I'm lucky you were here, because I never would have remembered that. And you are the king of Dead Space. Whoa, that was embarrassing. There we go. Got my health back. Oh yeah, you can do a dive in this game. Well, actually, I'll just show you. I'm like, why am I describing it? I'll just show you the dive. So you do a dive in this game. And if you're doing the dive... I need someone to shoot at. Uh-oh. It's the boss? So watch what happens when I press B while diving. That's right, he stays on the ground. How next level is it that you can have Shadow tackle bosses, letting you just shoot them when they're on the ground? Probably John Wick takes it in a fight versus Jason Bourne. I would say probably John Wick takes that. It's tough. I mean, it's close. But it's tough. Boom. Sorry, pal. Ow! Wait, is that not the boss? Oh, it is the boss. Okay, well, I lost my lock on the boss there. That was not great. Yeah, so the bosses in this game do this weird thing where they dodge and they run away when they take too much damage, but they, like, don't run far. They just run to the other end of the room and you can just keep right on shooting them. It is one of the weirdest things I've seen bosses do in a game. And he's done. He is, but he doesn't have super strength for working. You have a good night, Marissa. I decided to head back to my apartment. The perfect thing for Jack Slate to say. Oh, I love him so much. Don't ever change, Jack Slate. Don't ever change. Yeah, I want to save my progress. I'm not an idiot. I had a hunch someone might be waiting for me in my apartment. I wasn't expecting the militia. Has this suddenly become Manhunt? Because I am fine with that. Yeah, lying on the ground shooting people, as one does. Why is my pupper not attacking people? Pupper, I love you. You gotta get back to attacking people. Okay. Is that it? That felt like that was it. Alright, so we're going to pause here. We loving us some Dead to Rights Reckoning. It's pretty magnificent. Will it be better than Miami Vice, which is famously another shooter that exists on the PSP that I also own? I don't know. Maybe it will be. No one's asking. I don't know why I brought that up as if it was like the main competition for this game or something, but I did, and now I'm kind of trapped in this conceit. Yeah, my pupper's just not attacking now. It's very weird. Anyway, I've been the Hidden Object Guru. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. If you had a good time and you'd like to see more, there's buttons for that coming up. Questions, suggestions, related whatnots, go in the comment section below the video. We'll see you back here for more new and upcoming games, but until then, I'll say that's right. Wait for it. Au revoir.